My name is Daniel Norman. I'm the webinar host for the Security Middle East magazine sessions, and I am delighted to be joined by Amjad Canadillo today, who is Head of Business Development in the Middle East at Limitless Parking. Now, in this session today, we're going to be discovering how Limitless Parking is redefining intelligent mobility and shaping the future of urban transportation. The next generation unified AI-powered management and guidance platform transforms operations by simplifying access, reducing costs, and enhancing real-time control. And in this session today, we're going to learn how intelligent guidance and dynamic pricing work together to boost efficiency, performance, and profitability across modern cities. Now, Amjad is a visionary expert, shaping smarter cities through intelligent parking solutions. And as head of business development of the Middle East, he specializes in AI-driven systems that optimize operations, enhance urban mobility, and transform everyday parking experiences. He has a significant amount of experience across smart mobility, security technologies, and digital transformation. Now, before I hand over to yourself, Amjad, just one reminder from the audience. If you do have questions, please do add them to the question bar at the bottom of your page, and we will endeavor to answer your questions towards the end of the session. Now, Amjad, I'm delighted to hand over to yourself. Please do continue.
Thank you, Dan. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Limitless webinar. Today, I'm thrilled to show how the future of parking is advancing with our next generation unified AI-powered parking management and guidance platform that's reshaping the way cities, drivers, and experience parking. But before we dive into limitless parking, let's first address a few key points. Why parking systems are essential in today's market. Clients need parking systems for security and access control, optimize traffic flow, and revenue generation. And how clients are planning to improve their parking facility. Let me share with you some of my experience during interaction with the clients. Actually, they are thinking of many ways to improve their own parking, such as having a barrierless access, pre-booking option, dynamic pricing, categorizing parking into zones for staff, tenant, visitor, premium, adding a remote or additional parking. So those are the thoughts and plans clients are having to improve their own parking facility. And why they are doing that? They are looking to improve their parking because they are facing these common major challenges. Traffic congestion during peak hours. Difficulty for drivers in finding available parking spaces. Disconnected parking systems with variable performance. Complexity due to multiple user groups, visitor staff, etc. Limited parking space, and security exposures. All the points I covered make it clear that parking needs a smarter, more connected approach. So let me show you how our unified parking solution solves these challenges. The solution is Limitless Unified Parking Management and Guidance System, all in one, integrates access control, management, and real-time guidance to streamline traffic and maximize space efficiency. Before demonstrating the system, let me explain how it works. First, it's a cloud-based platform that provides centralized management, real-time analytics, and remote monitoring. And it is AI-powered detection, where we have the ANPR cameras and smart sensors work together for seamless integration. And it provides smart access and categorization for controlling gates and allocating parking based on user rules. And it is a real-time parking guidance where sensors and digital displays direct drivers to available spaces efficiently. Also, it is a smartphone, it has a smartphone integration. So the real-time directions sites to the drivers on their smartphones. But here, I want to highlight an important point. The implementation of limitless parking actually is very simple. All what we need to do is to connect the ANPR cameras, gate barriers, and sensors to our solution via the internet. In addition to that, limitless parking is vendor agnostic, meaning it can integrate with any ANPR camera, gate barrier, guidance sensor, and this allows the clients to keep their existing hardware without the need for reinvestment. I will demonstrate the system now to show you how it works. As we can see, this is the dashboard. The platform is very user-friendly, but behind it, it has lots of intelligence. When we log in, this is the front page appears, where we start here, where we have different sites, different nest parkings that we know that many clients have multiple parkings, multiple locations in the same city, different cities, different countries. So all can be viewed from one dashboard, and they can switch between them very easily and smoothly. We can see here the number of entrances, breakdown of the visitors, exits, space availability, dwell time, camera status, everything is shown live. Of course, this is a demo site. It's not an actual site. So we can see here the graph for the entrances and exits per hour, and we can select per day, etc. And we can see here the analytics, and that's what it matters. We can see the insights, and we can see the total gates and the distribution of the entrances and exits per month. And we can take reports and build on that. So the clients need to plan. So they can view and plan their operation accordingly. We have here the entrances only. We can segregate it. Exits. We can choose any gate between certain periods, hours, and then we go to the billings. We can see here the number of successful billings, failed bills, pending bills, and validated bills with the estimated revenue for the cars that are still inside the parking. So these are important insights for the client. Also, we can see the repeated visits. We can select any car plate number and see the details of their repeated visits. How many times they visited, the times of their visits, entrances, exits with the full details. Also, we can see the trip history from the time the car entered to the exit. You can see here the arrival, departure, dwell time, how long this car stayed inside the parking. So here we go to parking availability. As I said, it's a demo site. We can see here the availability of the parking spaces live. Then we come to the camera records, where we can see the actual plate number image. The system just takes the car plate number image only. We don't take full image of the car or the driver's image. It is just the plate number, and that's what matters for the system, where we can have it here. This is the plate number, and this is how it is read by the system. We can check with which state, which country, and from the gate and the gate rule, main entrance, created at, and event time. We can see that. And it all goes in 1 second. The process from the capture of the plate number, send it to the system and recognize it, it is just a 1 second process. Why? Because it's connected on, via the internet. And that's very important for the operation. Then we come to the transactions. We can see the transactions. The transactions usually are for the cars that entered, but they did not exit yet, or they have some like misreading, or there is something from the ANPR camera, for example. So we can have all these transactions. These are not the closed transaction. So it comes to the operator at the end of the day, and they can close it and they can investigate for each one. And we have here the users. We can have as many users as we want. It is very flexible system. There is no limitation. And each user can have different rule. So for accountant, for administrator, for a cashier, operation manager, security manager. So each one can have their own rules, and they can access certain data from the system. Like the accountant can access the bills, the security can access the entrances and exits data, etc. So we can just create the rule the way the clients need, and we can break it down for the operators. And we have here, as I mentioned before, different sites for different locations. And the parking fees, if it is a paid parking, we can just adjust the fees as per the client requirement, and it is live. It goes immediately into the system. So this is why we always recommend to the client that they need to show it, they need to adjust it in the middle of the night, a day before the customers come in, because it goes immediately. So we can add the VAT amount, the amount of the charges, overnight stay, and we can break it down per hour. Give 3 hours for the first 2 hours. We can do it the way the client needs. And also we can choose the days, because there are clients that want, for example, in rush hours, for example, during the weekends, they want to change the rates. So this can be done very easily. Access control, where we have the whitelisting and blacklisting. So these whitelisted cars, we can group it even for management, staff, subcontractor. It depends on the application. So clients have the flexibility to adjust their whitelist the way they find it better. And also we have a blacklist in case a car is causing any problems, the driver, I mean. So in this case, we can blacklist this car. Blacklisting, some clients ask, does it mean that we will block the car from entering? That will block the entrance. Well, that's a good point. So we can do it in another way, that when the blacklisted car arrives, we let it in, but we send notification to the operator. And because we have the unified parking management and guidance, we can know where this car parked. And this is what matters. The main point about the system is the unified management and guidance. So when we switch between the management part and the guidance part, it goes very simple. We can go just here. This is the guidance part in a different dashboard. And we can see the map. It's a 2D map. It shows the parking for each car slot. The red ones are occupied. The green ones are available. And we can check the data for that. We can have all the reports we need. Live reading. We can see live reading of the car's plate numbers. Dwell time distribution. And we can see it for zone, group, or parking slot. We can select a specific parking slot and see dwell time for that. Visits count, etc. So the point is here, when we have the integrated, unified parking management and guidance, the clients meet all the requirements they need. Why? Because it's important for them that once the car comes in, they want to know where it parked. So they can look at the map. We can have here different locations, and we can see how where the car parked. Is it a premium parking or the VIP parking? And the car will be charged accordingly. Also, we can restrict cars from entering other locations. Or for example, if a visitor parks in staff parking, we can receive notification immediately, and the operator can take immediate action. We can see here the availability live, and we can choose the period for that availability, the occupancy, the dwell time, and the turnover. And this is very important for the clients, for the operation to arrange and plan. Also, we have here the configuration per bay. So we can go deep down for the configuration per parking slot, where we add the information about that parking slot, whose it is allocated for, and what are the charges for it, if it is a paid parking, etc. So we can do that in very flexible way. So the system gives user-friendly platform and dashboard for the operator so that they can configure the system the way they find it best for them. And this is the most important for the clients in today's market. As we talked before, that the clients have many challenges and many demands. If we can go just back to the list of the clients' requirements and demands, we can go these are the plans of the clients that we talked about before. The clients want barrierless access. So with our system, we can have that. Why? Because Limitless system can integrate with any e-wallet in the market. But some clients want semi-barrierless, like the entrance is open, but the exit with a barrier. Also, we can do that. And there is a lot of debate actually about the barrierless access, because when it is barrierless completely, there are some plate numbers that are not connected to that e-wallet will be missed. So in this case, it cannot be charged. Also, the ANPR camera, we all know that it has a certain accuracy. So the ones in the market, there are many good ones, but there is no 100% accuracy. So we could miss some of the readings. In this case, the barrierless, there is a debate about it. It depends on how the clients look at it. We have the pre-booking option. As we have seen, the drivers can pre-book the parking, and once they arrive, they can go to their allocated parking slot, and they can pay also in advance. Dynamic pricing, because we have both systems integrated, we can know every car where it parked. Therefore, when the car arrives, we can know where it parked. If the parking, for example, in the front, next to the entrance, in the front line, then the charges are higher. Then this is the dynamic pricing the client gets. If it is far away parking, then standard parking applies. So when the driver is charged, they are charged according to that. Categorizing parking into zones for staff, tenant, visitor, premium. As we have seen, we can do the zones, groups, the way the clients want. It is very flexible system. Adding a remote or additional parking. We started with that actually. I have shown that you can switch between sites very easily and very smoothly. So you add additional parking, multiple additional parkings, you break down the parking into different zones, different areas. That's very easy with our system. So all these points were addressed actually. And therefore, now we have to ask ourselves, why limitless parking? Because it is unified management and guidance. It's the first one in the market. Cloud-born, AI-powered, vendor agnostic. We can connect any ANPR camera, gate barrier, sensor to our solution. Internet of Things, zero infrastructure, no need for server at site, no need for IT infrastructure. Advanced security, digital payment, mobile enabled. We can have a mobile application where the drivers can be guided even to their parking slot. That much it is advanced. 24/7, of course, because it is on the cloud, it is monitored 24/7. So we know the status of every sensor, every barrier, every camera at the site. And if there is anything wrong, even we can know immediately and notify the operator to take action. High return on investment and environmentally friendly. So now I have explained everything about the unified parking management and guidance system from Limitless. And before I open the floor for the participants for their questions, I would like to hear from them a couple of points.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Amjad, for your presentation and for the demonstration there. There's a few questions that I can see already that I would like to bring to you. The first question is, does Limitless Parking provide on-premises solutions, or is it only available in the cloud?
Well, Limitless system is mainly and only available on the cloud because there are many advantages for the solution when it is on the cloud. Let me elaborate more about it. I was asked this question actually from many clients in the market. And the answer is, Limitless is available on the cloud because there are many advantages to have it on the cloud. First, it's hosted on the cloud locally. It's not somewhere where it follows the rules and regulations of different country. It follows the rules and regulations of the same country where it is hosted. So it is hosted locally. This is very important point. Second, when it is on the cloud, it is a lower upfront cost. No need for heavy investment on the servers and IT infrastructure or licenses. Third, it's always up to date. We automatically update it continuously. And not only just fix of bugs or security update, we add more features, and the features added are reached to all the clients we have. Scalability, easy to expand, very easy. High reliability, remote access, security compliance, faster deployment. There are many advantages for that. This is why our solution is available on the cloud.
Thank you. And one other question we always see from organizations that have already have a network of other systems is, does Limitless Parking platform integrate with those other systems?
Yes, Limitless platform can integrate with any other system actually. For example, we have a clients want to integrate Limitless Parking with HR systems like SAP to assign parking permits based on the rule of the employees and manage the employees' access, synchronize employees' records for parking access management, reserve the spots, report usage. So that's an example. And also it can integrate with the security systems where we can have additional security restrictions. For example, we can integrate with the facial recognition at the entrance. So when the drivers arrive the gate, the car plate number is read and the face is recognized, and then the barrier opens for highly restricted area.
Okay, wonderful. And then a final question from me is, what types of reports and dashboards are currently available on Limitless Parking platform? Can we see things like occupancy levels, revenue, peak usage, etc.?
Well, the answer is simple because we can customize the report the way the clients need. It is not like we have the system and the client needs to adjust their operation, implement how they run the parking based on how the system works. No, we will customize the system and the dashboard and the reporting the way they like. So this is what makes Limitless unique.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Amjad. Now, I believe we've covered off the majority of the questions that have come in from the audience there. So what I typically like to do at the end of the webinars is just hand over to yourself, Amjad, to provide maybe a summary of your solution here and any closing remarks or comments you'd like to leave the audience with. So over to you, Amjad.
Well, before I give the summary, I actually would like to ask a couple of questions to engage with the participants and hear their feedback. And participants can write their answers in the chat box with the question 1, Q1, yes or no, Q2, yes or no. They are simple questions. Question 1, drivers prefer fully automated AI parking without a human interface. Yes or no? Question 2, in retail, shoppers prefer barrierless parking. Yes or no? So as summary for what we had today, having a unified parking management and guidance system, it is something that is exceptional in the market, and it can give and open the boundaries of many applications where the clients get the maximum benefits of the parking system. Because when they have disconnected systems, each one works separately. The reported are not accurate. They cannot have categorization. They will not get many features that they will get with the unified parking management system. The main challenges the clients have is having disconnected systems from different brands. Even the integration is very limited. But with the unified solution, many problems are addressed and solved, and the clients get the maximum benefits from the parking system. And this is what makes limitless parking exceptional.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today, Amjad, for your presentation and for the demonstration. And once again, thank you to everyone that is listening live. One final comment from myself is if you do want to get in contact with Amjad, please do reach out to him directly and navigate through the Limitless Parking website. There's a lot of really interesting content on there that will give you a flavor of the capabilities that this particular organization has. So once again, Amjad, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your time, and
Thank you,
we
Dan.
hope to see you all very soon.